Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The island has witnessed a spate of vehicle thefts, and the police force is on high alert with careful surveillance of popular scrap shops. The ACP for Operations in the police force says while efforts are bearing a measure of success, police are still hot on the trail of car thieves, but he's also urging precautionary measures on the part of vehicle owners. In August 2018, there were 15 cases of theft involving vehicles. In September, another 16 vehicles were stolen. October saw a consistent pattern with another 15 cases of vehicle theft. Police say the spate of these crimes is of great concern to the force, and more so, it is a matter that they have taken effective steps to address.
We have a team of officers specifically responsible for pursuing reports of stolen motor vehicles, and we have been making some progress in that regard. We have also been approaching it from another perspective in terms of doing an analysis of the reports of stolen motor vehicles, and we have identified some key locations where those vehicles are taken to for scrapping and so forth, and we are pursuing these very assiduously.
So far for November, there have been 7 car thefts. The Assistant Commissioner of Police says efforts by police are yielding results.
In recent times that we have been recovering more vehicles, and we have been recovering them at an earlier stage, either before they are scrapped or before they are completely scrapped. So we are continuing to pursue this matter very, very urgently.
However, despite the successes with recoveries and investigations, the police force is bracing itself for the Christmas season, given that crime in general takes an upward trajectory during the Christmas season.
The numbers we recorded earlier in the year is a bit less than those that we are recording now. But generally speaking, once we are approaching the Christmas season, there is an increase in criminal activity across the board in all categories of crime. And last name motor vehicles is no exception.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police says given the expected increase in criminal activity, it is imperative that vehicle owners take precautionary measures to ensure vehicle safety. These include installing car alarms, avoiding parking in dimly lit areas, and leaving purses, wallets, and other valuables out of sight in your vehicle. Minister Guy Joseph is refusing to give a definitive date for the recommencement of St. Jude Hospital. He has asked that the masses trust that it is a top priority and that his ministry and the government will deliver.
Our political re-election would be heavily influenced by whether we deliver St. Jude's or not.
So says Minister for Economic Development Guy Joseph, who explains that the government of St. Lucia understands its responsibility to the people in regards to the delivery of the St. Jude's Hospital. Joseph went on to state that both sides of the political divide understand the importance of the delivery of the hospital, and as much as the current government is looking to have the project finished, he believes the oust government is waiting for their demise.
If there's anybody who understands that, I think the politicians understand that. The politicians on both sides of the political divide. So don't mind those who are saying, we want it finished. They don't want it finished. It's those who have not been saying much who know that we must finish it. And we will finish it.
When pressed on a timeline as to the completion of the St. Jude's Hospital, Joseph said that he will not offer a statement just to comfort inquiring minds. Rather, Joseph went on to say that in the past, 6 separate dates have already been given by past politicians, but unlike them, he assured that unless he was precise in his assessment, he will not be forced to give a date.
I will tell you where I am precise. About 3 weeks ago, I indicated that by mid-November, we would start preliminary works on site. As I speak to you, yesterday I was down at St. Jude, and I know the directive has been given for preliminary site clearance. So I gave that timeline, and I've stuck to that timeline. The next timeline that I gave that construction would begin in full in January. So you have just 2 months to wait.
Reconstruction works at the St. Jude's Hospital were halted in 2016. Services are now being rendered at the George Odlum Stadium. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you, Solange. The president of the International Men's Network is calling on fathers to play a more active role in the lives of their sons. This as St. Lucia joins the rest of the globe in celebrating International Men's Day. Barry Innocent's statement also seeks to tackle the growing issue of crime among young men and crime in general. Rochelle Gonzalez has more in this report.
Idle hands are the devil's workshop. These are the sentiments shared by the president of the International Men's Network, Barry Innocent, as he addressed the growing problem of crime by and among men in St. Lucia. Innocent spoke in commemoration of International Men's Day and said there is a need for social structures and strategies to raise a generation of good men. One of the biggest causes leading to the issue of criminality among men, he said, is paternal absenteeism.
Now, I'm not hitting fathers, but I'm encouraging fathers. It's important to do more than just provide for your son. It's important to be there for your son. It's important to be a good role model for your son. It's important to spend time for your son. But if your son cannot get a father figure in you, he might get a father figure in a drug baron or in a gang, because he'll get that social acceptance and that family type of construct. So it's important that it's important that the father figure in his life be present and felt. And not necessarily felt. You can be a father in a house, you're present, but at the same time you're absent. Meaning that you're here in the house with your kids, but then you're busy on the computer doing something, or you're busy, you're there, but you're not giving them attention. You're not watching them in the eyes and talking to them and holding them in conversation for a good 15, 20 minutes. You're not laughing at them. And that's critical areas.
Innocent said emotional support is vital for growing children, as opposed to showering them with material wealth.
A child needs to be told, I love you. A son needs to hear a father say, I love you, and a father say, I'm pleased in you, I'm proud of you. That affirmation, getting affirmation from a father makes a big difference. Mommy will say, I love you many times. Mommy will say, you did well many times. But he still wants to hear it from his father. If his father is not there to say that to him, he might get it from the wrong persons. So I believe that in solving this problem, one of the critical areas is fathers and them playing a role. And every man can, apart from having your own kids, if there's a young man you see going the street that you can mentor, you can be a good role model to, there can be a significant impact.
Meanwhile, Minister with responsibility for empowerment, Fortuna Belrose, admitted that over the years, not enough attention has been given to males in society.
What we do as a society is that we nurture our girls, we rear them well, but for some reason we have a cultural, the cultural feel that, it's a boy, so I can let him loose in the yard, rather than take care and nurture them and teach them in much the same way. You'll find girls and boys being reared in the same environment, but totally different in terms of the expectations. Some parents have been very good at making sure they give the right orientation. You understand that you are a human being, not necessarily a boy or a girl, but a human being who must manage themselves well through life and have the skill sets to be able to manage yourself right through. I think we've done a good job with our girls to a large extent in the society, but to a large extent, people have forgotten the men.
On behalf of myself and the entire team at Hot 7 News, Happy International Men's Day. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
International Men's Day is commemorated worldwide today, Monday, the 19th of November, and it shines a spotlight on men who are making a positive difference and raises awareness of issues that men face on a global scale, including suicide, fatherhood, and the importance of being a positive role model. The Public Relations Officer of United and Strong, Bennett Charles, is weighing in on the discussion surrounding men this International Men's Day. He says society is not doing its part to help mold men into positive role models.
You look at the education system, it is very much catered to a more feminine gender, and then we wonder why our young men are not progressing or producing when it comes to education. We look at a lot of the issues within our both government system and private sectors are very much designed to cater to the feminine gender. You look at our healthcare system. Why is it that a lot of our men are not visiting the clinics? Because these very settings are designed for a feminine gender, are not really responding to the needs of masculine, or not really responding to the needs of men. And so we are in a very difficult situation where our men are being and are feeling left out. And I think as a country we need to start stepping up.
For Charles, International Men's Day should also be used to raise awareness for gender-based issues.
Sadly, we have a culture where our men themselves seem to have that dominance when it comes to relationship. You see the way that they treat the softer, what is claimed to be the softer gender, which is the feminine gender, the dominance in relationship, the violence that women receive from men, and even in situations where women themselves seem to be the dominant partner in the relationship, dish out at the male partners in those very relationships. And so I think there needs to be also a re-education of how we treat our partners in relationship. Too often it's about one person being the dominant and dishing out violence, and it's always, even when you listen to the way our young men speak to our young women, it's like there's the issue that you're the inferior one and I am the superior because I am male.
That was Public Relations Officer of United and Strong, Bennett Charles. In keeping with changes in international oil prices and government's application of the modified market pass-through petroleum pricing mechanism, the retail price of LPG 20, 22 pound and 100 pound cylinders have been changed. The retail price of kerosene, gasoline and diesel remains unchanged. The price changes took effect today, Monday, the 19th of November. The 20-pound cylinder increased from $32.69 to $33.12. The 22-pound cylinder increased from $36.24 to $36.71. The 100-pound cylinder from $203.89 to $206.01. Kerosene remains unchanged at $9.31 per gallon, gasoline at $13.95 per gallon, diesel at the same price of $13.95 per gallon. The retail prices of fuel products will be next adjusted on Monday, the 10th of December. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Do stay with us. We have much more after the break.